Updated February 25, 2019, 23 hours, 39 minutes and 47 seconds. Video, moments from the 2019 Academy Awards. ABC News, the Oscars is rarely uneventful. Remember when Adrien Brody randomly pashed Halle Berry on stage in 2003? Or how Roberto Benigni was so happy to see Life is Beautiful win Best Foreign Language Film in 1999 that he started climbing on the furniture? Well, 2019 was no different. Here are some of the most important, surprising, strange, and heartening moments. Green Book won the most important award, though it was a fairly open field. Much of the pre-Oscars chatter seemed to focus on Roma, Vice, A Star Is Born and Black Panther. Green Book taking home the 2019 Academy Award for Best Picture is, how should we put this, controversial, and reasonably surprising. The film, the story of a black musician and his white driver set in the Deep South in 1962, has been praised for the performances of its actors. Mahershala Ali won Best Supporting Actor, but it also copped criticism for its faithfulness to the true story on which it is based, and for its supposed allegiance to the white savior narrative trope. Director Spike Lee, who is not shy about voicing his opinion and who spoke during the ceremony about his family's connection to slavery, was not impressed. For what it's worth, his film BlacKkKlansman was also nominated. Asked about that moment after the ceremony, Lee said, "I thought I was courtside at the Madison Square Garden and the ref made a bad call." Olivia Colman gave the best speech of the night, and if there was a Most British award it would have gone to her, too. She was sweetly self-effacing and ego-free, pretty much apologizing to Glenn Close for beating her in the Best Actress category for her role in The Favourite. She also used the word snog, which probably confused a whole bunch of Americans. Her speech was also easily the funniest of the night, injected with a lot of offhand, witty remarks, and she seemed genuinely shocked to win the award, which is always refreshing to see. While we're on the topic of acting talent, Rami Malek won Best Actor for his performance as Freddie Mercury in Bohemian Rhapsody. That wasn't actually much of a surprise, even though he was up against Bradley Cooper, A Star Is Born, Willem Dafoe, At Eternity's Gate, Viggo Mortensen, Green Book, and Christian Bale, Vice. Roma didn't get much love. The Spanish-language film was definitely a favorite for Best Picture, and it would have made history had it won because a foreign-language film has never taken the top prize. Also, it was the first time Netflix has had a Best Picture nomination. In the end, director Alfonso Cuarón took home Best Director, which can sometimes be the Academy's way of honoring an artistically impressive film that maybe doesn't have the top talent status or wide appeal that some think a Best Picture winner should have. Roma also led to nominations for Best Actress and Best Supporting Actress, for Yalitza Aparicio and Nancy Garcia, respectively, but both missed out, with the supporting award going to Regina King for If Beale Street Could Talk. Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga got kind of intimate. Should we have left the room? The pair performed Shallow, from A Star Is Born. They started off singing to each other across the piano, but after a while Cooper, who also directed and starred in the film, ditched his microphone and took a seat on Gaga's piano stool. They're actors, yes, but did anyone else feel like things got a little private? The Costume Design Award was a single, elaborate joke. This is how Melissa McCarthy and Brian Tyree Henry dressed to present the award for costume design. These artists create a pastiche of textiles with authenticity that never distract from the story, Henry said. Costume designers construct the looks that ground a character to a particular time and place in the subtlest of ways. So true, McCarthy said. So true. Tom Morello talked about Vice, and nobody's quite sure why Morello is most famous for playing the wah-wah guitar lines in one of rock's biggest anti-establishment bands, Rage Against the Machine. As far as we can tell, he has no connection to Vice, the Dick Cheney biopic up for Best Picture, or really to the film industry at large. That didn't stop him taking the stage to give a brief overview of the movie, in what was the first of the ceremony's short descriptors for each of the Best Picture nominees. Is it because our ATM were really fervently anti-authority, and Cheney was the second most powerful person in the world? Because they were anti-American imperialism, the name of their second record, Evil Empire, is a dig at U.S. foreign policy, and Cheney was a key part of the push to go to war in Iraq. That would make sense, right? Those poor makeup and hairstyling winners who did not know how to speech the three-way split acceptance speech from Greg Canham, Kate Biscoe and Patricia Dehaney, for their work on Vice, was hobbled and awkward, probably owing to the trio's nerves and inexperience being in front of the camera. The Oscars often result in uncomfortable speeches, mostly from people who didn't prepare anything because they didn't expect to win. That doesn't seem like the case here, though. The three were trying to read from the same sheet of names, though sometimes they used their own. Occasionally, it seemed like they didn't know the people they were thanking. The clock got the better of some people, but not Spike Lee. It happens every year. Winners are cruelly felled by the unstoppable march of time, or rather the producers who are trying to keep a live television broadcast on schedule, even the team behind Green Book. One crew member had his mic cut off while still thanking people after the Best Picture announcement. Then Julia Roberts came to the mic and said that, apparently, that was the end of the show, a not particularly dignified end to the ceremony. "Good night to Bradley Cooper's mother and my children," she said. Others had the music turned up as they gave their speeches. Olivia Colman actually read out the teleprompter message, "Oh, please wrap up." Right, okay, the only person who got the better of the clock was Spike Lee, when he accepted the Oscar for Best Adapted Screenplay. He had a message for the showrunners: do not turn that mother **********ing clock on. Topics: Academy Awards, Oscars, Film, Movies, United States. First posted February 25, 2019, 13 hours 54 minutes and 19 seconds.